You're watching The Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Mic Check. Tonight, we are playing The Hero. Yes, this is a throwback to one we've done before. There's a handful of us on here who've never done this, ever even seen this piece of copy. So it's going to be a lot of fun because we get to use our acting skills as we are all actors. Of course, this is not theater acting, it's the theater of the mind. So without any further ado, I believe we volunteered Leonard to go first because he never did this one last time.
Okay.
Leonard's going, what?
Gotcha.
Ooh, what?
I'm good with going first.
Gotcha.
Shall we?
Let's shuffle.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rotten mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall. I didn't come this far to fail to the fate of this cursed forest. Oh. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I've freed our people, and I'll free you too.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have a problem with this.
Yeah, won't this be fun? Let's see.
The sounds the men are making, this is gonna be hysterical. Okay.
We'll see
You're
how
not
it
going to do the
goes.
second page?
Oh, there's
Oh, there's more.
another one. Oh, there is?
No,
Did I miss
I
something?
don't see any more.
No?
I don't see
no,
any
no,
more.
no. I'm sorry.
That's where it ends for me.
Yeah, no.
That's all I
Where
have.
it ends.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, Tim, want to go next?
Who?
You get to anyway, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whether you want to or not, guess what?
The
You're
hot
going.
seat's coming for you.
Exactly.
I lost the last lines, guys. Can you hear me at all?
He's stalling.
We hear you.
No, seriously, I don't have the last lines. I've got.
Can you scroll down? There might be a second page.
I did scroll down. I don't see it on mine.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
maybe need a refresh. I'm not sure.
I'll try to refresh here. No, that's not working either. Sorry, guys. Can you send it again? Can you throw it up in the chat, if you don't mind? Thank you. I appreciate it very much. All right. Let's do this now. Okay. Goodbye.
Is there something after old friend? I will freed people? Or?
That's all I see for me on my end.
Yeah.
And looks like
And I will free you too. That's the last
Yeah.
line.
And that were for you too? Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. It's coming up. Finally.
Yeah, there's like a whole lot of text, but not actually a whole lot of things to say.
Right. Yeah, there it is.
Most of
Okay.
it's context.
All right, now I got you. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate your patience on this. You guys can hear me, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Refresh and we're good to go here. All righty. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again, as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh! Oh! It didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Whoa! Oh, this cursed medallion of Duhu. Old friend, I freed our people, and I will free you too. Alrighty.
Wow.
There's a new face. Let's go with Viva.
Okay. I feel like I should clap after all of these.
Don't
I've been
dare.
doing it
Oh,
myself.
we're
maybe
just
so.
getting started.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Ah! 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 The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Yeah, I'll clap for myself.
We'll clap for you later. That was good, though.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
you get to choose who goes next.
Oh, gosh.
I'll go
I
next.
just got here. Oh, thank you. I don't want to be making enemies
Okay.
already.
No, you're not going to make any enemies here with that. Don't worry about it. All right, Russ, go for it.
We love making enemies. Don't worry about it.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of the cursed forest. Oh! Oh! Ah! 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 The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Richard.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Suiting. Everything reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for everything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh, it's. Oh. Oh. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The, the, the cursed medallion of Doohoo? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Ow, I hurt myself. Um, Michael, give it a shot.
Oh boy. All right. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I did not come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Doohoo? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. All right. Devin, you're up next.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. Feels like the night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Doohoo? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Janet?
Okay. All right. Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Oh, 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 oh. The cursed medallion of Duhu. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Okay, who's next? Let's see. Where's Dan the man?
Okay. Let me stand up.
Oh,
For this. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Hey, John, are you ready? I guess not. Frank, what about you? You want to play tonight? No?
You went for the two people who weren't going to respond to you.
Of course. Goldie.
Sure, I'll be responsive. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Frank, is that you're back?
I'm here, but I'm hacking and coughing and dealing with bronchitis, so I'm just going to listen.
Okay.
Hey, we're happy to have you here, though. Thank you.
Yes, Frank's making his own effort noises tonight.
I don't think Nathan's gone yet. Have you, Nathan?
Yeah, I said
No, I haven't.
No.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Ugh. 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 The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay.
I saw
So-
John unmute after I called on him. I was
Oh,
waiting to see.
John, are you there?
I am here. I'm sorry. I
he
stepped
is.
away to check on something. I'm not reading tonight because I'll be
Okay.
off the call shortly.
Okay.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. Okay, so,
Okay, so
I guess
that's-
everybody who's going to be reading has read, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I guess we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Okay.
Ba-dum-bum. Hey.
We're
So,
all readied up.
Let me go ahead and ask you all a question here.
Yeah.
What is going on in this scene? Like, what's actually happening? What is physically going on with this character in this scene?
I'm walking back and forth to the kitchen and stuff to get ready for a party tonight, and I hear a lot of constipation just listening.
That's what the cursed medallion
Yes.
of Duhu will do to you.
Every time.
Good
Yeah.
old
Every time.
effort noises.
More like the cursed
Oh, yes.
medallion of doo-doo. Am I right?
Doo-doo,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Uh,
How do you use spare relief? Well,
Tonight
Who
is
goes
not
there?
commercial copy night.
Right.
If this is commercial
Anyway.
copy, wow, what a commercial.
who goes there?
no kidding. But no, seriously.
Confronting an
back
ogre.
All right. Are they confronting? You say they're confronting an ogre. Are you sure they're confronting this ogre?
Well,
think
not
he encountered-
initially. No,
He
initially
encounters-
we're reacting to.
You're
Yeah.
right. They have encountered an ogre, but what's their reaction to this ogre?
He's faced.
Oh my
a-
God, it's an old
Getting
friend.
wind knocked
Right.
out of them
Right. It's an old.
Well, why does he have the wind knocked out of him? Like, what is this?
because
character?
the ogre stomps really loud and shakes the whole earth.
I mean, I literally picture something.
Isn't that what it's saying?
It's
an
a
ogre-
chase scene.
Yeah.
It's a chase scene. The hero's running from the ogre.
Or towards it.
Oh,
No, they're running from it because they run up a tree to get away from it.
doesn't.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to hide
Okay.
out in the forest is what I get from it. Is he doesn't like being in this forest, but at least he feels like it gives him a semblance of cover and places to go and hide and try to get away
Yeah.
from things, I guess.
It doesn't seem like it initially is.
Where does it say
chase scene?
that though?
It says
It
the
sounds
hero
like he's-
swiftly begins to scale a nearby tree to gain a better vantage point.
Point. Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
giving him
After
a
that, but not
vantage point.
initially.
Not,
Yeah,
not
I think
initially.
initially,
So,
I think
this
initially he's
person's-
going through the forest
Yeah.
for whatever reason, hunting something
Now-
or avoiding
Yeah.
something.
Now,
Is
in
he
any
talking
video
to
game that
himself?
in any video game that I've encountered, when the hero is trying to gain a vantage point,
Mhm.
okay, now with me, of course, being a big Zelda fan that I am, when I'm trying to gain a vantage point, I'm about to shoot something in the eye with my arrow.
Yeah, yeah. I think initially he's going through, he encounters the ogre, and then he's strategically going up the tree.
Mhm.
Yeah, and of course you can see that he sees a familiar medallion, which means that ogre's not enemy and ogre is friend. And so ogre was about to take, okay, from my perspective as a gamer, friendly fire. You know, don't shoot the NPC.
So yeah, this is somebody obviously putting themselves in known danger. They understand what this forest is and
Yeah.
what it can do,
Mhm.
which is sort of like, you know, that's what's going on at the very beginning. That sharp drawn breath is
Mhm.
a little bit of trepidation, of fear that they feel, and the exhale of battle preparation is sort of like the pump up. It's like, okay, I know something's coming. I can't be scared of it anymore. I just got to be ready. They're getting in
Yeah.
the zone at that point. So yes, this ogre comes out, stomps, and then they fall and hit the ground hard. All right,
Mhm.
that's why the breath gets knocked out of them, and then you know, they're hit with this sudden determination. I didn't come this far. It even says just above it, speaks in a confident tone. So like, you know, though this ogre's trying to kill me and everything, this forest is going to try to kill me, I didn't come here to die, you know. So that's their self pump up. So they get up, and I'm assuming here, because it would be the only thing that makes logical sense, at least in my head, is that as they're making these 3x massive leaps from tree branches and death defying catches, it's because this ogre is sort of stomping at them, you know, trying to chase them down, and is literally like grabbing up the tree to try to get them. And then once the hero gets up to the tree, they're actually able to turn around and look at this creature and notice that it's wearing this cursed medallion, and that their friend had this cursed medallion. So, am I like, did I miss anything, or does anybody notice anything different?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, that seems like what I would say.
Yeah.
So
the one point that wasn't clear to me there is, it's possible from the script that the ogre is magic to be forced to attack you. That's not clear. Maybe
it kind of is clear. It's like the ogre is cursed. It's like one of his old buddies that happens, like the medallion has turned him into an ogre. The ogre may attack.
Sounds about right.
It's not actually clear whether or not the ogre is going to attack or not.
Yeah, the ogre's not like, you know, wait a minute, don't shoot me.
Yeah.
Donkey, don't you know who I am?
So like the nature of the ogre is sort of revealed at the very end with the last two spoken lines. So as you see, you know, said in a quick, serious, perplexed, and concerned voice, like they recognize that this object is dangerous, and it happens to be around the neck of the ogre or hanging off the ogre in some way, shape, or form. They see it on this ogre, and then they recognize who this ogre is, which then it goes down into the progression that it says at the end: suddenly filled with shock, old friend, then compassion, and then determination. So like literally that last line is split between all three of those. Old friend, shock, I have freed our people, compassion, and I will free you too, determination.
Yeah.
So it's like literally that's the progression that you need to have there. You as the character recognize that this ogre wasn't initially an ogre. And it's somebody who's close to you, somebody who's important to you. So that's something that really needs to be communicated. The real key to good video game voiceover is if you can believe what is happening.
There is a message here for you.
Yeah, that.
Is if you can,
the message.
Communicate what is happening and sound believable. Context is absolutely vital when it comes to good video game voiceover. If you listen to, I mean, you'll notice when you listen to really bad video game voiceover. Let's see, what's one of them that I could think of that's pretty recent? Well, it's not really recent, but one of the other ones that really sticks out to me is Final Fantasy X. Now, all of the voice actors in there are very skilled, but all of the delivery is really jilted and awkward, and it doesn't fit the context a lot of the times. Of course, James Arnold Taylor is a consummate professional. He's the lead in that game, and he usually sounds pretty good. But in general, the voice direction is really awkward and wonky. One that has really bad voiceover, and I know my wife would hate me if she heard me say this, is Kingdom Hearts 3, which was released last year.
Oh my.
Oh, it's got horrendously bad voiceover because it just sounds so unnatural and so disconnected with everything that's going on. I think a masterclass in video game voiceover, even if you just look it up on YouTube, like look up the videos and the like on YouTube, is the most recently released God of War, because that, okay, I have to say that is my absolute masterclass in video game voiceover. Everybody sounds like they truly believe what is going on. You could close your eyes and still see everything that's happening. They're so like involved and just injected into this world. Another one are the Uncharted series. Of course, Nolan North is always I mean, he's one of the most ubiquitous voice actors out there right now, but his performance throughout the Uncharted series really makes you believe what is going on. You hear the effort sounds, you hear the context of things. If he's being chased, and he has to turn around and yell, there's going to be some heavy breathing just before that happens. Like, you're going to hear the context of what's going on.
Mind you, on the Uncharted games, they used motion capture. So
Yeah,
Nolan
these
was
performance
actually
capture.
in the studio performing as though he were on stage. So
Yeah,
now,
and
of course,
same
one of
thing.
his
Same thing-
effort noises was an accident, and they left it in because they liked it so much. So, hey, those accidents are always good.
But it's incumbent upon you as the actor to make sure that you have the context and exactly what is going on very clearly in mind. All of the actions, you need to see yourself doing them. You need to draw on your personal experience when you've done them before in the past. Like if you've ever climbed even just a little bit, maybe you don't make like super loud effort sounds when you're climbing up something. Maybe you have been chased by something and have been really afraid and tried to get up on something really quick, and maybe you can draw on something like that. It's really important to not just make the sounds, but believe the sounds that you're making, if that makes sense. That's going to be key to really good video game voiceover now.
And using your body.
Yes,
Within, within the context of your mic space.
Yes, all this booth space I gave myself because I like to get animated.
And sometimes you may not even they may not even use all of the sound effects that you're making in this, so it may not be constantly making 3 times sound effects for the jumping and whatnot. Put your effort into what you feel is believable and plausible for yourself.
Exactly.
Certain little things that you can do. It says 3 times massive leaps from tree limbs. Have you ever done like sequential acrobatic things before? You get slower and more tired as it goes on. So, the first one could be really quick and could be really, exactly. You're putting in more effort with the last, as you do more. So that could be something that could add a lot of realism and context to what's going on. Allow yourself some time to catch your breath once you make it like on top of the tree. Give yourself some pauses and some breathing room to really act this out. See what's going on in your head.
Yes.
Also, up at the very beginning, I guess you know what? Let's go ahead and start getting into the script itself. So there's a lot of direction here, and let's go ahead and break that down. Sorry, Nathan, did you have something you wanted to interject here?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if they had a take or something on this right now, but so it says sounding brave, calm, determined, calculated, and stealthy. Now it's a lot thrown in at you at once. Let's go ahead and start boiling that down a little bit. What would you say would be a good singular word that you could use to sort of, shorten that up and really draw on quickly for yourself?
You're atypical high fantasy hero type.
Noble. Noble knight.
Noble?
Self-assured?
Don't wake the
It's
monster.
hyphenated.
Okay.
Think Batman. I mean, you have calm, determined, calculated, and stealthy. That's Batman. So a character very similar to Batman.
And
So
Superman.
I mean, think of Kevin Conroy's Batman. That is the guy to think about with this particular hero.
Unless you're a woman, in which case
I would
maybe you pick somebody else you could be.
Yeah. Well,
I would say that he's brave and calm because does he want to be doing this? No, but he's trying to take things back and he's releasing his people and all that kind of stuff. And this feels like it's his duty, and there's no point in getting rattled about it if you got to keep your senses about you in order to deal with this ogre that's chasing you down.
That was once not an ogre, right?
That was not.
But you don't know that yet.
You don't know that yet, and of course the gamer doesn't know that either. Of course, right there at the end of that, when he says, "I'll free you too," I can just about guarantee that is about to be one of those good old fashioned video game boss battles. And as soon as he says, "I'll free you too," the music starts up and the ogre starts trying to pound away at your face, and you having to shoot at the medallion because that's the thing you got to knock off of him to free him.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Tim, what were you going to ask?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
It's already been answered.
Oh, okay.
It was answered.
So I would say self-assured is probably one of the most one of the key things to keep throughout this whole thing. Determined is another one. Think of your favorite hero or heroine who is self-assured and determined, somebody who wants to get the job done and is doing things for a reason. You know, maybe every once in a while they will succumb to some of their fears, like what happens here at the very beginning with that sharp drawn breath, but who's able to focus on what needs to be done in the moment. That's the person you should be drawing.
Mhm.
You should be playing.
Channeling.
So I think at the very beginning, it doesn't need a whole lot of theatrics because this is obviously the character retelling it. And I don't think this kind of determined, self-assured, gung-ho, or not really necessarily gung-ho, but definitely down to business style of character would like play up the theatrics a whole bunch. If this is supposed to be some kind of an internal monologue, I would say that at the beginning here, it would be a good time to be more like
Zone 1.
I wouldn't necessarily say zone 1, maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
Well, my thought on that whole affair was it's almost a don't wake the baby voice, except it's don't wake the monster. You're creeping through this forest. You know there's dangerous stuff that could jump out at you any moment. You don't want to draw attention to yourself, so you're speaking kind of quietly.
I wasn't my personal reading of the beginning paragraph wasn't necessarily that it was taking place in the story. I was kind of seeing it as like an introductory narration that the hero was giving to maybe the player or something.
Yeah, describe the forest and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't read it as like something the character was saying to themselves or like retelling the story or something. That's
Yeah.
just my personal, the way that I saw it, but
Yeah, I heard it as the introduction for the player as you're sort of walking through some. You're being taken through the eyes of the hero through some dark forest. You don't yet
That's
have
a good
control of
take
your
on
character.
That's a very good take on that.
Like a fourth wall.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So either way, though, I still think that this should be delivered with like a calm and direct demeanor. Like when you get to the "it's terrifying," like I don't think they're looking for a like a Twilight Zone. Like it's. I think it should be more of like just a legitimate, like heartfelt admission. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
You know, like this is really getting to this person. They don't want to be here, but they have to. You know, regardless of who you're playing and the context of it. I mean, I think like this needs to be just an honest admission of the kind of crap they've put themselves in for this person. You know, whoever. I think it's a really good characterization moment, actually. But
yeah, you should sort of get a feel for how the hero's attitude and perspective of the world. You know, it's like everything here reeks of rotten mold. I don't really care about this. It's okay. I just do what I got to do, and that's it. Or is he like, this is like not necessarily overdoing it, but like a little bit of everything? You know, wryness. Is there a bit of wryness in his or her or their attitude? You know.
Yeah, and that's again, this all boils down to you having a really clear idea of what kind of person this character is. Because if you're going to play a video game character, they're obviously going to get sent, like normally, at least from what I've received. I don't know if it's different, you know, if it's changed at all, but it still seems pretty standard. They'll generally give you some kind of art or concept art or some sort of image of who this character is.
Yeah.
Then they'll give you some quick points about their background or even like a full character bio, something where you can try to get into this character's head and live those experiences. And what they're generally looking for is not necessarily someone who always delivers the lines because, you know, face it, we're voice actors. We can read words. Everybody can do that. You know, who's got a third grade education, you can do that. And but what they're looking for is somebody who can be that character. So you're going to be that character in all kinds of contexts. And it's not so much about delivering the words right, it's about being the character in the situation. So you're setting that up at the very beginning. Then you see that this is a character who does feel fear. They do feel those kinds of emotions. This isn't like a, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Alien kind of thing. You know, this is a person who does have emotions. It's grounded in that.
Wait a minute, Arnold Schwarzenegger was an alien?
Predator.
Predator.
I was thinking that too.
He's the Jabba.
Predator.
Like a kindergarten
My
cop.
bad. Excuse me. Predator.
Hey, there we go. Kindergarten cop. This place is not called kindergarten.
It's not a tumor.
It's called kindergarten for a reason.
So-
They're very evil. They like try to take me down with crayons.
So this is a person who's definitely acting in the face of their fear, and that's what goes along. That's what happens at the very beginning here. They get knocked down. So think about a time you fell over, and had the wind knocked out of you, some heavy fall, or something that may have hit you and made you feel that way, something like that. Draw
Sucker
on
ball
that.
to the belly.
There you go. Because it talks about the context of what's happening. I think it'd be a good
Yeah.
idea,
Right.
to take a bit of time while other people are reading to read exactly everything that's happening. So, like for instance, after that first narration, the hero hears yips of hyena-like animals in the distance, audible rumblings much nearer, suggesting something massive is approaching. The hero takes in a sharp-drawn breath of momentary fear, followed by an exhale of battle preparation. So yes, they've already been caught. They don't like that, but they're ready to take on whatever it is. All right, a massive beast shows itself. Its final footstep lands so heavily that it causes the ground to shake like a centralized earthquake. The hero loses his footing on the uneven ground and falls back with an audible gasp as the wind is knocked out of their lungs. The hero quickly regains footing, now standing and gazing upward at the forest ogre, who towers above. So that actually is kind of going in line with your lines there. They should be overlapped. Channeling the anger of being met with yet another monumental challenge speaks in a deep, full-bodied, confident tone. So it's actually kind of angry. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Like, gosh, dang it, I'm not here to die like this. I came here to succeed.
Full-bodied. That
Yeah.
word always confuses me.
Well, that means that you're not winded. You've taken the time to sort of recover, and you're just, angry, basically. Angry. So then you have you obviously, then it goes down. The hero swiftly begins to scale a nearby tree to gain a better advantage over the forest ogre. So, you're suddenly with that burst of adrenaline and anger, then you're jumping up this tree to try to get a better view. The hero and ogre lock eyes. The hero sees something in the soul of the ogre that feels as familiar as the medallion. So there is recognition there. It's almost as if the eyes are like the same shape and color as the person the ogre originally was, or something like that. And then they understand, suddenly filled with shock, then compassion, then determination. So overall, we've gone through the whole thing. We've talked quite a bit. Just let's go ahead and take some time to define this character clearly. We'll come up with like 3 words or something like that. Just something quick and simple that you can focus on and understand. Okay, this is the character I want to be in this situation. What are some of your
Self-confident.
thoughts? Self-confident. Okay, that's a good one.
Determined.
Determined.
Yes.
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 Okay, we'll add yes on the list.
Determined.
Yes.
Any others? Any other ideas?
This
Even
is
for
what
those
I
who are
do
just
every
listening in.
day. This is the attitude is I go out and make things work.
So
And
prepared.
Yeah.
I am prepared and I handle this stuff, and stuff comes up and you deal with it
With the flow.
and you fix it.
Okay.
And
So
there's-
self-assured, confident, prepared.
Compassionate.
Compassion is
mission?
a really good one.
Yeah.
Compassionate, he's on a mission.
Compassionate.
Yeah.
I think I think there's 2 ways to come at it. Like, is the hero, have they gone out to the forest looking for trouble because they do this every day? Or is this something that they haven't done often, but they're so compassionate, or they really care about finding this person or whatever, so they're finding the internal strength for the first time, and that's why they're out there.
You could
I
put
think-
that way
Save
too.
their
Yeah.
people.
That's called your
Like a hidden
choices.
fear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there,
but,
there are lots
well,
of good choices.
Leonard
Very good.
does bring up that point. It says, "I have freed our people,"
Have
which
freer
means this character
people.
has
Yeah.
already gone through something.
This
like
is this
This
has
is the
been
discovery of this.
yeah. He's been through this once before, so this may be the
So like a
second
knightly
iteration
character?
of this particular game genre.
He's
You
a
never
friend
know.
finder.
But it could be that the way that he had to save his people was something else, and now he's going into the forest to deal with the next thing, which is still somewhat of an unknown. So that would be slightly different than I've gone into the forest and rescued
Yeah.
people before, but it's now the danger
Yeah.
is in the forest and I must go here and let us see
Yeah.
what this challenge is. So it could be
It
a
kinda
different
speaks-
thing.
Yeah, it kind of speaks to this being said game to fill in the blank 25, you know, the 25th iteration of the
Yes.
game where this hero has been the hero through the entire series, you know,
I
a
think
la
it's
Xenoblade or, you know.
yeah, it's all definitely personal choices. I'm just trying to decide, you know, are we defining prepared as the main descriptor? Are we going compassionate with the main descriptor? And that's kind of like, are they a mercenary kind of guy, or are they just someone like from the village or whatever that they saved?
Well, I mean, this reeks of somebody who's gone on a journey and adventure before and has
Yeah.
overcome challenges, which is, I think, what that sort of like first sharp breath and an exhale sort of plays to. Like maybe yes, they freed their people, but now and this forest that they really don't want to be in is terrifying to them, but they've overcome the challenge of freeing their people before.
Okay,
They
so
faced a challenge
So they have
before
the
and come
confidence
through.
that they can do it
this
again.
part of the game is going
Yes.
to be later in the game, like probably midway.
Yeah, I would say
because of the
yeah.
challenge that they're doing. So this is a character that you've already been with for, say, 10 hours of gameplay. So this character's done some stuff already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
10
I think
hours.
if you wanted to go with that sort of self-discovery feel, I would put that right at the very beginning. They're discovering of themselves that they're not afraid of these challenges anymore, that they feel like they can handle it.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, which
Might
is
as well
where
be
the
me.
fear comes from. So anyway, I think we've had plenty of discussion about it. Does anybody have any
Yes.
further questions or comments that they'd like to say?
Xavier, did you want to do a cold read?
Dan, I think you're cursed.
Why is that?
No, he just unmuted.
Hold on. Oh.
Well, he unmuted, but he's not talking.
Well, we can't hear you, Xavier.
Now you're
Just
muted
muted
again.
himself again.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I was just going to say, Dan, that it seems like everybody who you've seemed to call on or talk to has completely broken it. Or they've shut
They've ignored me. I feel so ashamed of myself.
Everybody's avoiding.
Okay, well, he's typing. He says he's passes for now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
All righty then. So then let's go ahead and jump back into the reads, shall we? Starting with Leonard.
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead and mute up. Leonard, whenever you're ready, go for it.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold and cake. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall fate. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Oh! Oh! The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I've freed our people, and I'll free you too.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
Cake?
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Black Forest, it had to
Rot
be.
and mold and cake.
Black Forest. I
yeah,
thought that. I went. Oh,
Okay, now the first thing I pictured was section of the One Piece series where they were on an island called Whole Cake Island. If anybody's a One Piece fan here, they'll know what I'm talking about. I mean,
No idea, but anyway, I had to throw that in there for
the
one
whole
read.
place consisted of sentient food.
I like your action sounds. It started out reedy. Like,
Okay.
like when you first started out, it started out reedy, and then you started getting into it a little bit more.
Okay.
The Curse Medallion of Duhu was what we got stuck on last time we did this, right?
I didn't do it last time, so I don't know.
Yeah, Leonard listened in, so he's probably still got in the back of his mind all the direction we gave
2
him
years
last
ago.
time.
Over 2 years ago. was like the summer of 2018 when we did this last.
I have a question. I'm wondering how we feel about the change of line at the end, the adding the contraction to I will. I noticed that on both reads that you did.
Mhm.
And
A contraction in something like this actually makes it more real, unless you're playing Commander Data from Star Trek.
Well, here's
on
the
this
other
one.
thing, though.
On this one, I think you don't want to contract it
Yeah.
because that's where you're getting into the determination. And I will free you too.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so if
I
you want to
just wondering
highlight the
about-
will, then I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. I know it's a pretty kind of, not really changing the line, but it kind of waters down the determination that you can express a little bit if you choose to go that route with the contraction.
Okay.
That last line is difficult because you start with shock and then all of a sudden you have compassion. Old friend.
Old friend.
Read our people. The compassion needs to show up for the rest of it with the determination that, I will free you too, with the compassion mixed into it. That one's a little difficult. I'd have to actually hear you do that one again without the contraction before I could really make a judgment on it.
Okay, well, and I can do it both ways, and I'll happily do it whichever way the director wants.
I would say
Directors.
emphasis on will.
That's what they all
Just
say.
emphasize will. Give yourself some breathing room in between those. Like, it doesn't have to be, super sequential. I know that's something that's pretty common with a lot of people's reads is that, when you see sentences obviously written out normally, you want to go from sentence to sentence like immediately. But you can give yourself some room in between. You can give yourself some play space in between if you want to take some time to shift between those emotions. Like I think that would add some more realism to it, actually. So instead of going, old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, so
That's a little too close together. Old friend, I freed our people, and I will free you too. Allow yourself a little bit of breathing room in between those to shift those emotions and feel them.
Yep.
Yeah, you can experience the thing, and it will help with the dialogue because your voice will respond to your experiences.
So there's that. The last line. My second piece of direction would be in the tree limbs thing. I'd like to see a little bit of physication coming from you with that, like at least raising up the arms and grabbing something, and trying to see and feel that, because it still feels like you're not quite sure how you'd want to deliver that.
Okay, so I have a suggestion on that. It's 3 in a row, right, for both of them. So do your jump and your pull up back to back, and then do another harder jump and a harder pull up, and then do the serious effort one. That way they're already put together for your producer, and it'll help with the setup.
Yeah.
You're jumping from one and you're pulling yourself up onto the tree. You're jumping,
Okay.
So, like, bring up the effort for each jump. Like, start with one, then bring it up, and then bring it up farther. And that way, you're pulling yourself up with the same effort that you jumped with. So,
Okay.
All right.
Shall we give it another go? Here goes. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rotten mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Ooh. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, opening it up. What did
Way better read. Much
Yeah, much
nicer.
better.
It had a lot more feeling behind it. Very well done, Leonard.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, you created a picture that you could see in your mind if your eyes were closed, what was going on, what was trying to be happening. And the first time it was like, nah, he's in a forest. Okay.
Yeah.
He's in a cake.
Yeah.
He's in a cake.
He's in a cake.
Oh, there's a big guy. Me.
The only thing
Okay.
that I heard that
Yeah.
could have used a little more was the cursed medallion of Duhu. He didn't sound really serious or perplexed. I mean, you had a little,
Okay.
you put a question mark at the end of it for sure.
Mm.
But
Okay. Well, I can see
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But we're in the interest of time. We got to move on.
Cool.
So, Tim,
Moving on.
you're up.
Ready. Just 1 second. There it goes. Alrighty. This place is called the Dark Forest for a reason. Its name is Sooting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold, and by late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything. With a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh, 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 oh. I didn't come this far to fail the fate of the cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, whatever you think.
You sounded a little uncertain about freeing that guy.
yeah, I have freed our people sound almost like a question.
Yeah.
They freed our people. just a little bit about speak on that one.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it was kind of and I may or may not free you too.
I might not free you. It's all up to the gamer out there and how
That's
many
right,
times
dude.
they mash that button.
Press the A button, the A button, the A button.
Yeah.
So it also seemed like you were a little bit confused.
I'm sorry, Michael.
It seemed like you were a little bit confused as to what sounds to make when, because you
Yeah.
started making your tree climbing sounds earlier on with the wind knocking out of you and standing upright and whatnot. Because you had it seemed like you repeated a lot of those sounds a little early on, a little too many times.
Okay.
So remember, it's a sharp drawn breath. You're a little bit afraid. Exhale of battle preparation. You're pumping yourself up. There's a big thing. Stomps. You fall to the ground. Wind knocks out of you. Then a burst of anger. I did not come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest.
All right.
You also misspoke on that. You said that
Yes.
fell to the fate of this cursed forest, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
And then it goes into the tree climbing section.
Got it.
So make sure to just try to keep that a little bit more in line.
Okay.
Tim, give me a fearful, sharp drawn breath, like you're afraid. You're suddenly afraid of something. Something surprised you. Yeah, the when you did it earlier, it sounded like you got the wind knocked out of you.
Okay.
The cursed medallion of Duhu is going to give us trouble again today. I could tell.
Why?
It just
Inside
it
joke.
didn't. It didn't. No, it happened last time. We got stuck on that line, like everybody did. It's like a sudden realization of what the item is. You know, the cursed medallion of Duhu.
Okay. All right.
You know, it's a realization that, oh my goodness, that's what that is. That's what the
That's why he's
ogre's wearing
changing
that
that.
around his
Okay,
neck.
got it.
Yeah, that's why he's an ogre.
Okay.
And that last line, yeah, it seemed a little bit
Old friend.
stuck. Yeah, I think
I
Michael
have freed our
mentioned it.
people. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But other than
You
that,
want me to
yeah,
read
go.
the whole thing over again, or
Yep,
just do something?
go ahead and give us a full read.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. There we go. All right. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fail to the fate of the cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay. What did everybody think?
Big improvement.
Definite improvement.
I still think that I have freed our people. It just needs to be delivered a little bit slower and determined.
It was
Had
more.
not speak a little bit on that. It
Yeah?
sounded questioning. I have freed our people.
I
think it's
have
'cause you're
freed
saying
our
it so-
people.
I think it's because you're saying it so fast too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
just
slow it down a little bit and read that line.
Read the old line.
Yeah, it comes across as being angry. You're not angry.
You're
This
shocked.
is what I have done in a determined manner. Not I'm just gonna. Not you're not.
I'm gonna
PO'd
free you,
about it.
doggone it, whether you like it or not.
The determination comes at the end. That line is compassionate. It's like you've been looking for this person to tell them the good news, and now you finally can, but they can't understand you.
Okay.
They aren't who they were.
Okay.
That's why you came into the forest, to save him, because you knew he was still missing.
So yeah, just that line. Just that
You
line,
got it,
old
you
friend.
got it. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Here, you're putting emphasis on "I" at the end.
Okay,
Put emphasis on "will."
on will.
I will
Got it,
free you too.
Okay.
You know, that's your determination. That's your goal. Go for it.
Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
A little too much, but
Yeah, a little too much, and you're still putting the
Yeah,
emphasis on "I."
Yeah.
Take
I wouldn't.
the off "I."
Yeah, I wouldn't go up at the end.
All right. Okay. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. That okay?
Definitely
that was a
better.
lot more believable.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, that was more believable.
All right. I know we don't have a lot of time.
You misspoke on the "I didn't come this far" again.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
Yeah, you
yeah,
said
it was.
fate. It's yeah. You keep adding an "I" to fall.
Really?
They look
Keep
almost the
saying
same.
fail. I didn't come this far to fail to the fate of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fall.
Hey, damn.
I have one other little nitpick. I'm not going to ask
course.
you to repeat, but just for whoever may come next. I'd like emphasis on the reeks there in that first little spoken section.
Reeks of rotten mold.
Instead of everything here reeks of rotten mold, I mean, everything here reeks of rotten mold.
Yeah, I give it a little more. This place reeks, man.
This place stinks.
What's
Well,
that
speaking
smell?
of those directions, let's see if Viva can put it all together.
Go get him, Viva.
You're up.
Go get him.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Sooting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Ah! Ugh! Ah! Ah! Ugh! Ah! The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
You do a lot of video game stuff?
I was about to say that's an A plus. That's an A plus.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, well, see, my wife has been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm hearing those effort noises, and it sounds so close to that. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty spot on. Good performance.
Oh my
Great job,
gosh.
The first paragraph, I could hear the hidden fear behind your confidence.
Absolutely. I was going to say that that was some top-notch delivery on that very first paragraph.
Well, you gave me a lot of directions to do, and I was like, oh, I gotta get it.
You got it right. You got it right on the first round for sure.
Yeah,
The only
good
thing I would
direction
say is
taken.
that sharp drawn breath.
Mm-hmm.
That sharp drawn breath, make it heard. I mean,
Okay.
that
Louder.
was the only thing I have to say for that.
Yeah, and I would also say that maybe you could bring down the effort a little bit with the massive leaps.
Okay.
Because again, we were talking about the ramping up difficulty of the leaps. You seem to go, straight to everything super hard right off the bat. And I think that could have been, you could have scaled that up, just a quick leap to the first one, then a more effort to the last one, and then, finally the most effort to get to the top of the tree, basically. But other than that, top notch. That was really fantastic. That
Thank
was
you so
really,
much.
really well done.
Russ,
Thank
you have to
Great
follow
job.
that.
Great job.
Yeah, Russ now has to follow that.
I'm sorry, Russ.
Good luck,
cool.
Russ.
So go. You're saying. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Sooting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Well, I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Oh, God. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
So I got to say, I really loved your effort sounds and that quiet confidence at the end. That was really great.
Good job
The
there,
only
Russ.
change that I would ask for, there would be only one, and it's just the cursed medallion of Duhu needs to be delivered quick. And that's what it says: quick, serious, perplexed. So it's a
I missed the
sudden
word quick,
realization,
okay.
a surprise. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Like, am I really seeing that right now? Just go ahead and reread just the cursed medallion line, because I think the rest of it was absolutely really, really good.
Thanks. I just didn't see the word quick. I was wondering why everybody was reading it quick. The cursed medallion of Duhu?
There you go. That's more like it. I'd cut that in, and that would probably be that would be a really, really solid read for that spot.
Yeah. I'd actually speed it up even a little bit more because, I mean, you're about to have an ogre pound on you in 2 seconds. You're not going to stop there to hold a long speech, and you're going to get it out as fast as you can.
Yeah, the
Chris
battle
Medallion,
music
do
is starting to go play in the background. And Patrick has just joined us.
We'll speed it up in post.
Yeah, there you go. Do what?
Yeah.
No, but all in all, you did have. It seemed like you did have a really solid grasp and idea of what you wanted this character to be, and you really delivered that well. Really consistent all throughout. So fantastic.
Thanks to you, Michael.
Patrick has joined us from a stadium.
Hello.
Okay.
He's not reading. He's not reading.
He's probably
tonight.
not reading today.
Right now,
Yeah, I could just hear him doing this reading while he's sitting there. It's going to sound like someone's needs to go to the facilities.
What's wrong with that guy in that row right there?
Richard, it is your turn. Actually, that would be a
Okay.
really great acting challenge for Patrick to do a perfect delivery right where he's at right now. But, we won't put him through that. That's
His
fine. We're
security
happy to
doesn't
have
haul
him here.
out of there for yelling cursed medallion and
All right, Richard, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rotten mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiable appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Uh-oh. I'm seeing facial expressions there that do not make me happy.
It's just the
Sounds
last
a little bit of a
line.
violation of the Dan rule to me.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Doesn't matter.
Your face shows it all.
All right, but anyway,
You
let's
had
go ahead and
to
open it
show
up.
your emotions.
Let's open it up. What did everybody think? Let's go for it.
I think Richard has been on the stage quite often this year and this
it
last
shows.
year, and it does show.
Too
But
much.
the thing of it is, no. Well, it's not. Well, the thing of
No.
it is it's actually perfect for this because, and game developers don't like to hear this, but video game acting is melodrama. Okay. I heard this from Pat Fraley, who was talking about teaching on acting in video games. And he said it like this, that when you're acting in a video game, especially a game like this, it's melodrama. So good job, Richard.
Well, I don't know. I think that the opening delivery had this weird break in it where you said it feels like night comes again as soon as it's left.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah, kind of.
and you started slowing down. It came off a little awkward. I'd like you to redo that first the intro section. I think the rest of it was done really well, but that intro section, it didn't feel like you were like genuinely talking about this location that's really dangerous and that you have these personal feelings about.
Yeah, the very last line to me too. I mean, it sounded like you were going to free him too, delivered with a shrug.
It didn't come off well. Why do you think I was going? Because I
Yeah.
heard it in
Going
my
to
head
free you
and went,
too? So
didn't like
so
the last
yeah,
line
you
either.
can. So you have permission to redo that line.
Okay, I'll do the first one and the last one. How's that? We'll do the
Sounds
first
good.
paragraph and the last
There
line.
you go.
Sorry,
Hey.
Janet,
Okay.
what did you want to say?
I disagree. I thought that he read the last lines beautifully.
Huh?
That's what I heard. I heard.
Well, thank you.
Well, I did.
My head didn't hear it that way, but thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and try it again. Very first paragraph, last line.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is Sooting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh, old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
That I didn't like.
I got a yes from Leonard and a
It was-
no
yeah,
from
well,
Dennis.
Don't go with me. Don't go on what I say.
Unless you see why it all boils down to the person who's listening to the audition.
Well,
Okay,
if you
was-
have enough directors, there will be one of them that's happy for sure.
Isn't that the truth?
And I will free you too sounded kind of happy. Instead of
I am
determined.
happy. I'm going to free
I
you
wanna
too.
free
That's
you
awesome.
too.
I
But
read
I don't
it that
see the
way.
word happy in the direction. though.
I beat the snot out of you as an ogre. I'm going to free you too.
I have freed our people, and I will free you too. Is that better?
There you
There you
go.
go. That
Yeah,
felt more.
that-
That
there
felt
you
more
go. You hit
determined.
it.
There we go.
Drama was in there.
I don't.
What's the-
You're right.
Michael, how did I do on?
Yes, Mike. Yeah.
How did you feel on the first paragraph? Better?
The
I mean,
first
it's
paragraph was definitely better.
okay.
That last line, you almost need to read it with like, you know, that solid fist, you know, and I will free you too. Like that's what you're supposed to be, you know, hitting when it comes to determination.
And that's what I
And-
just did. You couldn't see my
yeah,
hands, but
and that worked out
free
better
you
that last time. It felt like more determined, like you know, that was your
Mhm.
goal. Still, I can definitely tell that all the stage acting has been affecting your delivery. Sorry, but we got to point that out. But all in all, it was really solid.
Yeah, I think the first part could have been just a little more stealthy, like it says up there.
Yeah, the first
I wasn't-
Stealthy.
the first paragraph sounded to me a little like you were reading a scary story for the grandkids as opposed to actually living the experience.
A little bit, yeah.
okay. That was good direction. That would have been
Yeah,
helpful.
that's good. Yeah.
I like that.
Gather
No, that
around,
was good.
children. I'm going to
I
tell
might, I
you
might
a
draw
story
on
about
this
a
again
murder.
just for the fun that we're having with it. Anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Who's up next?
You.
Oh, me.
You.
Great.
You're next.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. Feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I did not come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too. I stand at your mercy now.
What do you think?
I think the
I really
effort-
like the last line.
I think the
Mhm.
effort noises work.
Yeah, last line was good.
I don't know. The first paragraph, it was
A little fast.
Yeah, my
yeah,
one
and it was
nit-
a little hushed and subdued, maybe.
That's
I
the
don't know.
stealthy part.
yeah, and you're
well-
supposed to not attract the monsters.
Yeah.
But my one nit to pick on that was highlight the reeks more.
Reeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking you kind of
Leonard is
broke your
heavy
own
on the
rule.
reeks.
I was thinking you kind of broke your own rule with that. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of the cursed forest because you just yelled it out. Whereas when you were giving us advice on how to do it, you said it should be more of a confident, you know, not
Confident anger.
yelling out in anger, but being angry.
Okay. So it was a
Kinda
little bit more yelling out in anger than okay. All right.
I could actually see it delivered that way.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad,
was
but
good.
that's opposite of what you said.
Well, I mean, I could try it again without like yelling out in anger. Just try to be more like, you know, welling anger, I guess.
Yeah, he's kind of
Um,
talking to himself, isn't he?
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not
It
gonna be
almost seems
yelling
to be-
out when he's talking to himself, I don't think.
All right. So I'll redo the first paragraph and then the I didn't come this far line.
Sure.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rotten mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest's creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest.
I think we're good to go.
Yep,
Yeah,
thank you.
that was
Yep.
fantastic.
Poor Mike.
Poor
All
number
right.
one. No. That's fine. I'll do this as many times as need be, but we don't have the time. In fact, Devin, you're up.
That's right.
All right. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. Feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend. I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
Pretty good. The first part was really good, and then when you got to that line, and with the night comes the forest, like it's like you were looking for another. You were doing turns, which were really cool because like you were doing this one, and then it turned kind of, in the mood kind of for the. But then that mood was really strange. It was like kind of a happy-go-lucky mood almost. But the rest of them were really cool. But that one,
Okay.
I think you were looking for another mood, and that's the one you came up with, and it didn't really fit.
Oh,
But it was cool how you were doing that though. And then I'm thinking I didn't come this far. People are just grazing through that. I think you need to either hit this or far to make it sound realistic.
Hey,
people
Devin, you didn't over-articulate.
Yeah, you didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't.
I did not over
You did not
articulate.
yeah.
Well, I
Articulation
think
was
that
perfect.
I'll be honest. I feel that a lot of that over articulation was sort of channeled into your effort sounds. They were very sharp and they felt a little bit exaggerated for the situation.
Okay.
Maybe they drug on too long, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing saying that these do have to take a long time. They can be really quick too. So like a quick, and then because you sort of understand you don't want to make a whole lot of noise if you're going to get caught, So a
Okay.
quick breath in and then like
that's
a
good point.
confident sort of, okay, I'm ready for battle. I can do this.
Okay.
Getting the wind knocked out of them, it's as simple as hitting the ground and just going, "Ugh," or something quick and easy and simple could convey the same thing. Because I'm assuming that's more of that's sort of an action shot almost, like the trees break open and this huge foot stomps right in front of the character and they go flying back and they hit the ground real quick and try to recover as soon as they can, because this is a dangerous situation. I noticed actually that a lot of the recovery took a long time for some people, and I know a few of us may be getting up there a little bit in age, but you don't have to sound that way. That's fine. But
You ever been sucker punched? You don't just you just don't get right back up.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
this,
You're a
this,
hero.
this isn't a sucker punch. This is you just falling to the ground. Like this is the person
Okay.
losing their footing. So they have all 4 of their limbs to try to get back up, and I'm sure they
I
can
have
scramble
Okay.
too.
I have literally fallen for real and had the wind knocked out of me. And so I have a general perspective on how that works and how it really feels when you're getting yourself back up.
It's
And it takes a few minutes.
It's like a quick cough.
Yeah.
I bet you do it faster if you have an ogre chasing you.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
might-
I don't know. You
It
can't.
might be slower if the ogre's heavy enough to make an earthquake.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that it stomped its foot down to try to knock you over. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
this
what I'm
thing
assuming too.
is
I'm
moving
picturing
fairly quickly. You know,
one of those-
surprisingly quickly for its size, even.
Dragon Quest size ogres. Yeah, but playing the daylight side.
But yeah, I would say that. I mean, we'll move on, but I think that the only thing I would want you to redo would be some of the effort sounds, but your actual
Okay.
delivery of the lines, for the most part, was all really fantastically good. So way to
Okay,
take
thank you.
We'll fix it in post.
Well, we might have you back in for a pickup session later on. We'll talk about it. Janet, you are up next.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh. 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 I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, that first paragraph. Everything else is really, really, really good, well performed, but the first paragraph has
was
this
corporate.
feel. It really does. That's it.
Corporate.
I'm hearing. For
That's what I
forest
wrote.
Creatures, press 1.
Right.
See,
It was very matter of fact to me, and I didn't hear any fear in there.
And articulate.
Yeah,
Too
it was
articulate.
like it was like you're reading the story instead of being in it, just like that other comment.
Yeah,
The only thing I would have you change is
Go ahead,
that
Eva.
first paragraph, and then put that same passion into that first paragraph that you put into everything else.
Exactly.
yeah. Sort of carry the story forward in there.
Read it like you're expecting to be pounced on by an ogre any moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
being
I don't think it's
chased
the
by an
same passion as the other one. The other ones are more action, but
Yeah.
but the
Yeah, but
same
there
passion, but
is-
not the same feeling.
There is a lot of heart and soul behind what she was doing on the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you need that same heart and soul.
Right.
Can my voice is higher?
Yeah, do that.
No, it's not even the pitch of your voice. It's more of your connection to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a personal story. It sounds like an informational brochure.
All right.
Like,
Okay.
You,
Personal
you
story.
this is you experiencing this thing. You're literally walking through this black forest right now, and it's getting darker and darker, and the light behind you is getting dimmer and dimmer, and you're getting more and more worried about your safety. That's what's going
Okay.
on here.
Okay. Okay.
I think what might help is if you
I got
like you pretend you're looking over your shoulder, after you read some of the lines, like something's behind you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You're walking through a very dangerous part of town.
Yeah,
So
can you
go
just
ahead and give us that-
imagine a background music, something along the lines of dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
dun,
All right,
dun,
don't do that.
So, so go ahead and give us another read of that first paragraph.
Microphone.
On it. I mean, I
There you
just-
go.
There it is.
Okay. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is soothing. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying.
So much better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, much better.
Absolutely.
Much better.
Much better.
Don't lie.
No, it was really, really much
It's-
better.
Surely you felt
Yeah.
the
Much
difference,
better.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt the
Her name's
difference.
Janet, not Shirley.
Okay.
It
Okay,
didn't,
Shirley.
it did
What are
not
you
have
calling
that
Shirley?
IVR tone, so
We
it's
don't
no
have
more
time
like
for that.
That's right.
You have reached the Black Forest. Press
Right.
1.
The
Yeah, it was-
ogre, press
That was
3.
like night and day, those two readings.
Yeah.
Yes,
They really
it
did.
was.
Fantastic
It was
job.
a whole different feeling. It had the creepy feeling in the second one.
Yes,
Yep.
very much so. Good job, Janet.
All right, Dan, you are up.
And
Go
the
for it.
man.
All right. Oh, by the way, Michael, it was the assassin rogue at the table was when I called you at Gerald, not this one. Anyway, just had to clear that up. This place is called the Dark Forest for a reason. Its name is soothing. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh, crap. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion Aduhu. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Okay, what did everybody think?
On the first paragraph, it just sounded a little bit like he did some shrooms before walking through the forest. It was a little too mellow.
Dude, this place is like, whoa.
That was a good Dan read.
I'm hungry for some more shrooms there, dude.
You don't hear those kind of directions anywhere other than here. I love it.
The cursed medallion, I didn't hear a question mark. I heard a period.
Okay.
I actually, I'm going to disagree with that. I did hear a question mark. I actually thought it was a little too quick. I thought it could have been slowed down just a tad more, actually. Then again, it could have been a network thing, but it sounded like the cursed medallions do.
No.
You know, like this instant suddenly, you know, I think it could have been slowed down just a tad and it would have fit much better.
So first paragraph in cursed medallion.
Yep, go.
Yeah.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is soothing. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. The cursed medallion Aduhu?
All right. Yeah, that was much better all around.
Yes,
Mhm.
very much.
Yep. Nope. I liked it. It was, it had more, for lack of a better term, vision in it. You could see what was being said and you envisioned it. So much nicer.
So
Good job.
The cursed medallion of doo-doo was good.
That cursed medallion.
That cursed medallion. Yeah, no, you did a good job. We'd splice those in. Be just fine. All right, Goldie, time for you to wow us.
I'm going to try and swap mics. We'll see if this works. Hang on
Okay,
a second.
go for it.
Works better that way. Does the microphone work over here?
Yes,
hear.
yes, it does.
All
Sounds
right.
really good too.
Good. This is the real microphone, not the video camera microphone. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is soothing. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night comes the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed medallion of Doohoo? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Liked it. I can't. I think the last line needs to be redone, but
Yeah, that's the only one I had anything
Yeah.
with too. Was the last line just it was like what?
I was trying to do the reactions rather than just being that. Okay.
My
The cursed forest line got me. It sounded a little forced.
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
to me the cursed forest sounded like you weren't the least bit out of breath or anything. You were just having a merry old stroll through the forest
Yeah.
and then delivering the line.
Okay. Yeah.
The problem with that line is you hit the word "this" really hard.
Okay. Sounds. Yeah, I did. Okay. Redo I didn't come this far and old friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
All right. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you.
Yeah, do both of them again.
Okay.
This time, don't hit this on the
Okay, yeah.
cursed forest one.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it just didn't. There was no feeling behind it.
Okay.
Well, you left off the word "to," and that's kind of an important one in that last
Oh.
sentence.
Yeah, that would be. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
The last line again. You're sounding angry.
Mhm.
You need to sound compassionate.
Okay. Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
Much better.
Yeah, definitely better.
There you go. The old friend still seemed a little out of place, but the rest of it was perfect. So
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. Nathan, you're up.
That leaves me. This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is suiting. Everything here reeks of rot and mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night come the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying. Oh. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. I didn't come this far to fall to the fate of this cursed forest. The cursed the cursed medallion of Duhu? Old friend, I have freed our people, and I will free you too.
So I'm actually not sure why you retook the "I didn't come this far" line, because the first one was pretty good.
Okay, I caught a thing where it sounds like I mushed up the word "cursed" and just kind of it didn't come out. It didn't sound like it came out right.
The first,
No,
the
it
first,
sounded fine.
Your first one was a lot better
Okay.
than your second one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Okay.
That first initial read of that line was way better. So
Okay.
I'm not sure where that came from, but yeah. What does everybody else think? Go ahead
I
and open it.
didn't hear the sharp drawn breath. For one, it just sounded like you're just breathing.
I got
It
you.
wasn't. It didn't. I didn't hear the fear behind the breath. It just sounded like I said. It just sounded like you were breathing. That's what it sounded like to me. That didn't sound like a
Okay.
sharp drawn breath. The first paragraph was. I don't know if I would use it. I'm trying to figure out how to.
It had too much
explain it.
drama.
Yeah.
It
Okay,
was
too
more
much.
drama,
It
less
didn't sound
personality.
natural at all.
Yeah.
It did not sound natural. It didn't sound like you were reading, but it didn't sound like a natural emotion. It sounded
Well,
like
and
you
when
were
you got to the
overdoing
end
it.
of it saying it's terrifying, it was like, it's terrifying. Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots. Ah.
Really,
It's-
there was a
There's,
little bit of there was actually a gap in between "it's" and "terrifying." Like, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
That needs to be, again. This is like a personal admission that you know what's going on in here. You know,
Yeah.
it's terrifying. Like, you're legitimately saying that you get scared when coming into here, which prefaces the sharp drawn breath. So I would say redo that first line, redo the first paragraph. I think the rest of it was all
Through
it was
the
really solid.
exhale. Through the exhale.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the sharp drawn breath and then the exhale. But really personalize it. This is your story. Like, this is you talking. This isn't you're not trying to scare someone. You're just telling somebody about this place
Okay.
and that you really feel uncomfortable while being here. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
There were a couple people who, I forget who put a quiver in their voice on the "it's terrifying," and it worked really beautifully. So if
Okay.
you can do that, great. If not, oh well.
Okay.
If not, just plain admit it. Just like straight up, without any muss or fuss, just admit it. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I put a quiver in my voice, I'll probably sound like a psychopath. Hello,
Go for it.
Clarice.
Go for it.
This place is called the Black Forest for a reason. Its name is soothing. Everything here reeks of rotten mold. By late afternoon, the sun no longer shines through the mossy treetops. It feels like night comes again as soon as it's left. And with the night come the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Stop you right there. You started going to the showman. Like, that's not the point of it. It's just you're telling people about this.
Okay.
So just end with the night from there.
Okay. And with the night come the forest creatures, prepared with their unsatiated appetite for anything with a heartbeat. It's terrifying.
All right. That wasn't a fearful breath. That was like just breathing in. The sharp drawn breath, it's like you're surprised. Something scares you. You know, that's the
Or like you get pricked on the finger. You know, You know, it's that
I gotcha.
something catches you by surprise.
There we go. That one was much better. That last one worked out really well.
Yeah. Cleared my sinuses too. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Well, I believe that's everybody who was scheduled to read.
Yes, that was everybody. And that closes this mic check, the second mic check for 2020.
Woo!
We are so happy to have you guys come join us sometime. Okay. YouTube. Okay. Subscribe. Ring little bell. Ding, 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 ding. That way you know when the videos come up. And hey, join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Hey, and if you are financially able, support us on Patreon because we have guest coaches on here. And baby, it's going to be a good year. Okay, last year was fantastic. This year, we're going to top that. So, hey, help us top that, Patreon subscribers. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Michael will have the copy, and we'll see what he brings us.
Time for a surprise.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the Mic Check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.